Well, hello and welcome back to America Then and Now. I sure hope you're doing okay. Oh, I'm always thinking about something that we can talk about, even if just for a couple minutes. There's no rule that says I have to make a 15-minute video or a 5-minute video or anything like that. I'm just trying to think of things that have gone, that we've gone through, America's gone through, or going through. And the other day I saw an old Buick that was still on the road, an old Roadmaster, and I'm talking about one of the big ones, big V8 and that big old long body. And I got to thinking, when we were kids, especially going through that 60s and 70s stuff, rear-wheel drive vehicles. America built some really incredible vehicles, whether it was pickup trucks to work out on the farm or just a big old family Cadillac or LTD just to get up and go travel in. America built some of the best vehicles ever during these times. I'm talking about, and you know it, if you lived back then, you know it, we had tanks. I'm talking about rear-wheel drive, 15-inch wheels, V8 engines, real sheet metal. I mean, if you wanted to make a dent in that vehicle, you had to hit it. You had to throw a brick on that thing to get a dent. Today's vehicles, even though, yes, they're highly efficient and we got fuel injection and all this stuff, and the vehicles are very efficient, but if I was going to have a wreck, if I was going to go off the road and tumble and twist and turn, I'd rather be in an old 70s vehicle any day of the week. Just a better chance of surviving. And we should be proud of that. We should be proud that we made vehicles with horsepower. Even though they might not have got really good gas mileage, but we built it. Built in America, made in USA. That was a big thing. And back in those days, especially being made in USA, we were the influence for the world. The stuff that came out of our factories and things, cars and trucks that came out of Detroit, we set a standard for the world. And we should be really proud of those days. And I wish that being Ford or Chevy or made in USA meant more today. Because the foreign countries, especially, like Japan and whatnot, they originally just copied what we did and made it smaller. They took methods that we used and put it to work for them. They're great at doing that. But I don't think today's vehicles can pass the crash test of yesterday. I just don't think it can happen. But do you remember those days? Do you remember getting in a car like that and going somewhere? And a lot of them were smooth sailing vehicles too. The suspension is longer and everything. When you use the description, it drives like a Cadillac. That said something. So be proud of our heritage, our muscle cars, our pure horsepower that we had in Corvettes and Camaros and Mustangs and things like that. You had something if you had that. And people wanted to come see your vehicle. They wanted to get in it and let's go for a drive. Let's go out in the country somewhere and you step on it. Let's feel the wind in our hair. So there's a lot to be said about America back in those days especially. And what's going on today, we're very concerned about pollution, and I understand that. More people, more vehicles, it causes more problems. Believe me, I do understand that. But I sure like to take that trip back in the past a little bit, and going riding out across a field in a Ford or a Chevy pickup to go fishing. And the way that thing was built, you had so much confidence when you were riding or when you were driving it. and you feel proud. Hey, made in America, American made, by golly. And we had it. We had it for a long time. So, that's something to think about, okay? Yeah, something to be proud of. And when I close this video out, I want you to look and see if you still see some of those vehicles out on the road. A lot of times you do. It's still there. Those things can last forever if you can get the parts for them nowadays. But have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.